A new Maverick just became available, so I'm going to check it out right now. The only problem is it's a crazy color. So let's see if that's a deal breaker or not. Plus, it's for sticker price. Let's go see it.
And this ended up being the truck in question. This school bus yellow, macaroni and cheese yellow Ford Maverick Lariat. And so I get there and I start checking out this truck, and at first glance, it was way too yellow. I mean, well, I want to know the spec up a little bit more close and personal, so I start walking around it to see what exactly is involved in this black appearance package. How yellow is this thing yellow? I mean, it's called cyber orange metallic, but really, let's check out the sticker price and see all that's different or unique with this. First of all, cyber orange metallic. Oh my goodness, the brightest color known to mankind. So it's $495 for cyber orange metallic. It's $170 for remote start, which I wouldn't have bought because frankly, you can just do it from your phone. $26.10 for the Lariat Luxury Package, which, I mean, that's not the worst thing to option. It's got some cool stuff in there, so I appreciate that. But the Black Appearance Package for $16.45. Whoa. The 6 D-Link bed connectors for $225. You could probably get those on Amazon for $50, but okay. Ford Copilot Assist and Copilot 360, another, what is that math? $1,400 for that, which I probably would have opted in for. Bed liner, definitely want. Don't know why it says Wi-Fi hotspot removal. I don't understand that. But by and large, pretty much every option on here is something that I wouldn't have opted for. So what we have then is this $28,000 base price plus $7,000 in options. Oh my gosh. $1,500 in destination delivery. So by the time we're all said and done, this is almost a $37,000 truck before tax, title, license, dock fees, whatever other thing is involved that's in there buying a car today. It's going to be a $40,000 truck, $41,000 truck, which is probably 10 grand more than I thought I was going to pay. Let's check it out and see what we get for all that money. First glance, whoa man, that thing is like really yellow. This color is supposed to be cyber orange metallic. It's not even a little bit orange really. I mean, in the shade, if you get the metal flake in kind of the right angle, yeah, it's a little bit orangey, but wow, it is very yellow. On the inside, it at first glance just looked like every other Maverick to me. And I had a really hard time understanding where that money for the black appearance package was going because you look there and you go, I don't know, man. I see the 2 screens. I see everything arranged in the same way down here. Most of the interior is kind of bluish. I don't really get it. But you start to look closer and you go, wait a second. That steering wheel's black leather with black stitching. The seats are all black leather with black stitching. The armrest is the same way. The rear seats are the same way. It's just that kind of subtle touch on the inside that no one would catch, but you, if you paid for this. Then on the outside, it's a lot more noticeable. So you've got black wheels, black headlights, blacked out Ford emblem, black skull caps, and you can compare it pretty easily to that blue truck behind there and go, oh wait, that is quite a bit different. Like look how clear the blue truck's headlights are. It's very clear. It's almost like no tint, no color whatsoever, compared to these, which have a distinct shape and tint and kind of shadow effect to them. The blacked out wheels didn't look as good as I thought they would in person. The black emblems did look very cool. And I think the fact of the matter is, whenever you're dealing with a color scheme like these, you've got to stick with black and yellow. That's what goes. Maybe a little tiny bit of chrome, a little tiny bit of silver, but by and large, black and yellow is what's got to work together. That's what makes mac and cheese tasty. Put a little pepper on top, it's delicious. So then as I walked around the truck, I had to just kind of take it all in and go, can I live with this or not? Because I thought it was orange, which I could maybe live with. I mean, I like orange, but can I live with this bright macaroni yellow? And the conflict that I also had in and of myself was like, am I that guy? Am I suddenly the person who's so concerned about myself and what other people think and all this jazz that I'm going to turn down a perfectly good truck based on the color? What kind of prima donna move is that? So I called my wife. I'm talking to her about it. I'm going, hey, what do you think about this truck? What do you think about this color? Would you ride with me in this thing? Would you be embarrassed if this is parked in front of our house? Like, what do you think about this? I'm looking in the back of it. I'm going, oh man, it's got all the cool stuff. The D-rings, the hold downs, all the stuff I didn't really want to pay for, but it's there already. It's already done. And that's what I want to be. I want to be done with this whole process because Ford, you guys have got to get it together. It's been 10 months of waiting and I've already got bumped basically to a 2024. I'm going to put my order in for a 2024 and hopefully I get that one because by now in the middle of 2023, I don't want to get a 2023 model year. If I'm paying for a brand new vehicle, I want it to be like the next year. So then I hop inside and I'm checking this thing out and the inside looks great. I mean, I don't want to pay for the black appearance package, but otherwise it looks great. And I think what it's going to come down to for me is just the fact that why am I paying extra for something I like less? And the only reason I do that is impatience. Now, if you had the chance to buy this truck, would you? If you had the chance to short circuit this whole crazy waiting period that's taken forever and is awful, would you? I'd be tempted to, but I was tempted to, and I chose not to. So I texted the salesman and I said, hey, thank you. Thanks for letting me see it, but I'm out. Then I quickly proceeded to try and talk my friend into buying it because why not? If I'm not going to get the truck, at least somebody should. And there is a lot of changes in the Ford Maverick 2024 kind of order guide overall. I'm surprised how many changes there are. For one thing, and probably the biggest thing overall, the 2-liter EcoBoost is now the standard engine. So you have to opt in to the hybrid. You got to pay extra to get the hybrid, which I believe is $1,500. I'm surprised. On the exterior, they've changed around a few things like badging and whatever, but the most interesting thing to me is new colors. So Azure Gray Metallic Tricoat and Terrain are the 2 new colors for this year. And then Carbonized Gray is now fleet only on XL, as well as Iconic Silver. And they're deleting Area 51, Avalanche Gray, Alto Blue, and this Cyber Orange. Shocker. I actually really like the Terrain color. I feel like my 2024 is going to be a Terrain. On the interior, nothing's really changed. On safety and security, they deleted the secure code, keyless entry keypad. I'm just reading this for the first time. What the crap? Ford? That is literally one of my favorite features of a Ford, is the fact that that thing exists. Because I lock my keys in there all the time on purpose. Or wait, maybe you don't need it now because you got the app. Where's my phone? If you've got the Ford app and you can lock your doors with that, you can just lock your keys in there. So we don't need that anymore. Wow. Kind of a, whatever that moment's called, brain explosion moment, realizing that. Wow. Another thing that I think is really wise they've added is the option to delete the Tremor decals, because not all of us want to brag about some random package we got in our truck. Sometimes we just want to have a truck. Just let me have it. Don't put a bunch of extra names on it. I don't want an addition. Don't want anything like that. And speaking of not wanting stuff, if you order a Lariat now, you have to get the Lariat luxury package. It's just the way it is. There's no way around it. You got to get it. Which is interesting because my Lariat order was a non-luxury package. So I thought, hey, let me get kind of the base level of nice, but I don't need to pay the extra money for the luxury package. Now for my 2024 order, as long as I keep it a Lariat, I'm stuck this way. And then the spray and bed liner is now included. And that's another interesting one to me because my salesman told me that that could actually be a hang-up in the production process and that I should opt for not getting the factory spray and bed liner. If I'm Ford and I'm trying to streamline things, I'm going to take away anything like that that's going to slow me from getting the trucks out the door. So that makes me think it's probably not as big of a hang-up as my salesman told me it was. And then there's more kind of standard stuff on Lariat because everything that's on the Lariat is also a Lariat luxury package. Makes sense. And this thing is 18 pages long, so we're not going to go through every single line item on every single thing, but you can go through, and I'll put the link in the description so you can find this. You can see every single thing that's standard on the Maverick for every trim level. And I'm really surprised there's so much stuff on an XL. I thought it was a little bit more basic before, and it's just not that basic. You've got CarPlay, you got USB ports, you got cruise control. Like, there's not that many things that are missing from this that you'd want to have a perfectly functional vehicle. And it's making me reconsider my Lariat choice because as I'm looking at all this, I'm going, I don't know. I don't see the value in the XLT and in the Lariat as much as I used to, I guess. Because what are we really talking about here as far as value add? We've got aluminum wheels instead of the steels, which honestly the steel wheels look really good. You got LED headlights, which are nice. That's definitely a better thing than not. Perimeter alarm, whatever. And then you basically unlock the ability to buy nicer stuff, which, okay, I do want a 400 watt inverter in the cab. A power seat is probably nice, even though the one in my F-150 is kind of breaking. The Tremor package would be great if you really want to go off-roading, which I don't. And all the other stuff you can buy. I get that it's nice. And if we look at the sheer size of everything that you get with the Lariat, it's a lot of stuff. I mean, getting all these additional things along with the Lariat would be great. I think I probably still will get a Lariat just because in my particular case, even though it's a construction work truck in a lot of ways, as I'm transitioning into different roles at work and as I have a family, it's going to be kind of equal parts people carrier and work truck, if we're honest. This is not a stripper model like XL, white with a long bed, put all the tools in it. No other humans ever get it but me. Those trucks exist. There's a lot of those on the job site, but this is not really going to be that. So having the 400 watt inverter, having the adjustable headrest, having wireless charging, dual zone climate control is really nice whenever your wife is cold and you are not. Having some safety stuff, the trailer hitch, the LED box lighting would be really nice. I mean, there's a lot of things in here that make sense that I would like and would use literally every day. So I think I'm going to stick with the Lariat. Now, that begs the question, if the Lariat luxury package is now like the standard Lariat package, what other options are there? I mean, I guess you can get a Tremor, but I'm getting a hybrid, so you can't have that. Black appearance package, we've seen what that does. Not really that interested in it. 4K tow package, doesn't work with a hybrid. FX4 off-road package, doesn't work with a hybrid. So maybe I could get a black painted wheel, a bed extender, floor liners, like some kind of basic accessories that you can get in the aftermarket pretty easily. I mean, there's really not many options that you can add that are properly part of the truck and not just an accessory, now that it's all included in a Lariat. Yeah, I feel like I'm just not gonna get any options whatsoever. Just a Lariat with nothing on there. It's like getting a hamburger with just cheese and meat. And of all the wheels, those Steelies look so good. My gosh. The standard Lariat wheel doesn't look bad either. The Tremor wheel looks pretty awesome. I think my favorites are actually the XLT wheels, the Steelies, and the Tremor wheels. Everything else is fine. It's whatever. It's a little busy for me. But those steel wheels, I would almost trade somebody straight across to get the steel wheels and give them my Lariat wheels because they just look so cool. So the color and trim availability, if you care about that, all the options packages and the kind of code for all that stuff. Ooh, payload, that's interesting. So it looks like, the Tremor has less payload than any other option. It must be just the fact that that kind of off-road suspension is a little bit soft, not for the heaviest payloads. That's fine, it's whatever. And then they can't officially state the highway mileage, but it should be the same as the last year. I don't know why it would be any different, really. Horsepower and torque ratings. I didn't realize the hybrid was only 162. Actually, I think that doesn't include the electric motor. Is that true? Tell me in the comments. I feel like it's more than 162. I feel like it's closer to like 197 by the time you put the electric motor in there too. That's not a whole lot of power. Man, 250 horsepower, 277 torque. The EcoBoost is not slow. That's a tiny truck with a decent power number. That could be fun. Well, I think right now live, you and I have just decided which Lariat I'm getting. Lariat, Terrain, no options. That's like the easiest order any Ford salesman has ever placed. There's no questions to ask. That's it. That's all there is. All right, well, here's hoping that my 2023 gets canceled and instead I get a 2024, get the better color, get a newer model truck. Everything will be good. This is basically what we're left to as buyers. Can I maybe please get a truck, please? I mean, if anybody else would come out with a darn hybrid small truck, let's get talking. And also the interior volume of the Maverick just crushes everybody else. Like, how is it bigger on the inside than a Ranger? Possibly bigger on the inside than a Tacoma. Let me know if you want to see that video where we compare interior volumes. Well, to see the original order that I did place and why, watch this video next. Or if you want to see how I plan to get a Maverick totally for free, watch this video next. All right, see you next time. Bye.